Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm. It's about to be the season of patches and many other seasons. Seasons of turkey, seasons of Christmas. The Grinch may not be stealing your Christmas, but Yoshi P sure is trying to. So, we're going to be talking about the patch 7.1 preliminary notes. As a reminder, there are no job-related changes present, but we're going to have all the quality of life, and I definitely spotted some stuff that Sly and I have been waiting for a very, very long time. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Happy, and of course joining me is our resident drink maker, Sly, and that should be a teaser of things to come. How you doing?
Dreams do come true.
They do. Now if only the tackle box could happen for you, Sly.
Oh, I've given up on that long ago. That's never fucking happening. But
come on,
this is just one thing. One thing. It took until I asked for it in Walker. Yeah, it was in Walker.
Yeah.
It took a while.
Yeah,
but we finally got it.
You can say, depending on how you want to look at the patch notes, that they took one step forward. Hate that. Hate that. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Before we do that, though, quick shout out to the sponsors, of course. Thank you to everyone for sponsoring over on Patreon. Nobody has to support. It's completely optional. There's no content locked behind it. It's literally just, if you enjoy the show, you support over there. So appreciate everyone who does just that. So thank you. So, Sly, preliminary patch notes. Mm-hmm. How many people did you see ask about job changes?
Not a lot, surprisingly.
Really, I've seen it a lot. Once again, where are the job changes every single time. It's everyone asked preliminary notes, and they just ask. It just happens every time, Sly. Don't know why. They just don't understand. All right.
They just can't wait.
They just can't wait. I mean, right now, especially, everybody is a little on edge about job changes because Picto has kind of just set a really weird bar. So I think the anxiety on it's just also a little bit higher.
Is that another pun? I'm sorry, was that another pun?
I don't even remember what I just said.
They said a really weird bar.
Why would that be a pun? What, am I missing something? Oh, because of the shaker? Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's just a turn. Sly, I would stare you down if it was a pun. I would never let you not know if it's a pun.
Okay.
I will look you in the eye and just I just survive off of the energy of you hating that moment.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's a big thing. Not to mention the PvP changes that people are waiting for too, which we do have some based on the maps and whatnot in here, but we don't have on any direct changes to the jobs. I know that's another big thing that people are looking towards because it's really the beginning of PvP for the expansion in a sense. Before we get into doing things, just scrolling down the patch notes and discussing each thing, Sly, you can't pick the obvious thing. I would ask this every time. But
so I'm just going to say, let's just go down. Let's just go down.
No, what's something that was standout for you?
The obvious thing, of course.
There's got to be something else on top of that.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. Let's just go down. Let's just go down. Go down the notes.
You want to go down? You want to bring things down to ankle level? Is that what you were trying to imply?
Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty.
I have two standouts. One is a clarification on something that people have been talking about a lot over the past couple weeks. And the other thing is something I had even it's kind of like you with the tackle box. I'd kind of just given up and wasn't even thinking about it anymore, only for it to show up in these patch notes. The one that people were talking about was Prish. Her battle mode appearance. We now have an image of her as her original Final Fantasy XI in game. So there were a lot of people who were thinking they were just going to leave her as just the big punchy mode, and that was it. A lot of people did suspect it was maybe a battle mode situation, and it looks to be the case when it comes to Prish's character. So that's definitely one. The other is right towards the end. They are finally allowing us to permanently set the launcher to whichever expansion we want it to be. I had given up on that. I had just written it off as never happening because it just seemed like something, if they were going to do it, it wouldn't be that hard to have done ages ago. People have been asking for it for ages. Why would it have taken this long? But it finally happened. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. So.
To me, it's just a background, honestly. Like this, I mean, I know people have been asking for it. This is, I mean, great that you got it, but it's just a background change.
It's not like it impacts the game at all, but it is.
No.
It's just, that's the thing. It seems on the surface like such an easy thing to do. And especially with Dawn Trail, with, the flashbang, everyone especially wanting to change it, it feels like they did it because of the flashbang, and that was the only reason they did it. I will say that tangentially, a change that I didn't ever think of but makes total sense to me, and this is just because I'm a current player, not a new player. The launch screen will now display the expansion start screen based on your character progress. So if you're not on Dawn Trail, you're not going to get blasted with the Dawn Trail trailer anymore. It'll be the Heavensward start screen. And
to be fair, I thought that was already in place, but
no. It's just whatever the most recent expansion is. Whatever you own. Like if you're on the free trial, I think it would be Stormblood. I actually don't know that for sure. I think the free trial one is a very specific start screen. But no, if you own Dawn Trail, it's just the Dawn Trail login. But no, now it's like as far as you are. Not that most people linger on that screen, but I still think it's one of those details that's like kind of cool. Again, it doesn't impact the game, but it's a nice thing. Yeah. So just already right off the bat, some solid quality of life on really little things that I think a lot of people will appreciate. So, and this one's chock full of we have the technology moments. It really is. All right. So let's go chronologically. First, MSQ. There's really not much to say. Like, oh no, question mark, 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 question mark. I don't know. There's something else. There's nothing else to say. It's always like this first 10-second scroll down. However, one thing with the MSQ that I hadn't really thought about before, now if you're on a map that has a main scenario quest that you don't have, it will make it an objective and point to it on the mini map. I've gotten lost a few times on characters where I forget to take MSQ, like in the old days.
Okay.
So I guess it kind of helps with stuff like that. It also helps with if you don't read the patch notes and you just go to Tuliolol or you go to where the MSQ, you can just find it, Yeah. So it's good for stuff like that. But I'm not going to complain. It's just a really simple change to have made. Echoes of Vanadil. Yeah, we got a picture of Juno. And we got a picture of Presh. Which again, I think a lot of people, we can see it with the Archangels as well. They are perfectly essentially upscaling the Final Fantasy XI versions of the characters. They didn't make her look like an Elizin. She looks like an Elvon in a sense. So, although Sly, how much you want to bet people are now going to be going oh, can we get these exact facial features on our current, exactly like the models for them on our current characters?
See, what you do is you go to Mog Station, and then you go back to the square thing, and then you sign up for Final Fantasy 11.
But here's the thing,
there's this long drawn out process where you pick your server and everything. You have to pay for the server and and then you download the client, which doesn't take too long. Now surprisingly, but after that, you pick your character, and then you get those facial features.
But here's the thing, Sly. I don't know if you remember from when you played 11, in that the character creator of 11 and the game are literally completely different graphics engines. So your character is a scam in that game.
Yep.
It's one of the weirdest things because they couldn't do those animations that they do on the character creator in engine. So they made a separate engine for it. But it doesn't, the characters don't look anything alike. So that doesn't even work still. And the character creator is pretty limited. So, most of the NPCs in 11, you can't make a character that looks like them, especially Presh. She's 100% unique.
Yeah, they compared to 14, they had little to nothing. And I tried to, and usually whenever it comes to character recreation for me, it's 2 minutes. I just want to look like me. And fuck, that wasn't even possible. So I had to go to the closest fucking thing and just call it.
They didn't have the technology, Sly. They just didn't have it.
They didn't.
No, literally. Yeah. We also have the Pandemonium epilogue, which I've somehow already forgotten about, even though I was really excited about it. Like I was scrolling down. I was
we talked about it last week.
Well, I was just thinking about like the main stuff and like patch notes. I got to see Echoes of Vanadil stuff. I got to see this, but then it like pulled me back and reminded. Like I would have remembered, but in the moment of like going through patch notes, it wasn't on my mind of something that I was like remembering I was looking for. Pelu Pelu Society quests. We do also know from the special site, yes, Ohokali is indeed an emote, as we expected. That is going to be one of the emotes this patch. So I looking forward to that, of course. Are we thinking the Golden Llama is going to be a 50 million gil mount? Because I don't remember if it says anything about new items available, or if it's just going to pop up.
I mean, I thought it would have eventually been a 50 million mount, but
I don't remember if they would add that this patch or later patch. Then it just shows there's now 4 teleports in fucking Kozama Uka because there's one in the northeast at this point. That's crazy that there's so many teleports there. Meanwhile, Yaktel is awful to get around. Can't win. Just can't win. Gotta be upset with something every single time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it about me.
No, it's not just about you. I fucking hate it too.
Yeah. They even moved some hunt spots and treasure hunt coffers to put it here is the interesting thing. Which that means they did. That means I don't think they planned to put it there. Why would they place the elite marks and the treasure hunt coffers in this spot and knowing they were going to put this there? So they clearly, made those decisions at like different times, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a little Ted, and Aetheryte has been installed in Doc Poga. And then other than that, the usual allied stuff just comes into play. The tokens, the quests, the dailies. Sly, quick question.
What's up?
Do you think they should get rid of allowances for allied society quests at this point? Obviously, still only have 3 quests daily.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I don't know why they feel like they still need those in the game.
Especially when people have done more recent allies, and then like the older ones, they're kind of working on. This would be like something like this would be for at least remove the restriction on the older beast tribes beast tribes. At least remove the restriction on those, because right now they're not relevant. And if you want them to kind of see everything, see the quest, see everything, then why should it be put on a daily fucking timer?
It made sense in A Realm Reborn only is the problem, and they just never got rid of it. Because in A Realm Reborn, if you recall, when you unlock new tiers of dailies, you got more than 3. You get like 3, 6, and 9. And then you would have 5 tribes to do it. So like you kind of, even then it's still kind of dumb, because who cares? Just let you do them every day, right? But like you get it from like, I want you to like be forced to log in every day. And then if you're playing catch up because you haven't played in a while, like it's effectively I'm going to get you to log in every day. It's an MMO subscription model gimmick in all effect. Like it's there for the company, not for the player. But now it makes no sense. The old stuff doesn't need to be restricted. And then there's not enough quests in the new ones to have the restriction either. So, yeah, I think they should just get rid of it. Don't see a good one. The ability to hide friends or not hide friends when you're doing main scenario quests, I guess that matters for some people. It's not really a big deal for me. The layout of quests. This is actually another long overdue change. When you go to press complete now, if you haven't selected an option for a reward, it will just make you select, like it'll just tell you select a reward and pull up a little menu. It also separates options from base reward. So like Right now, they're all grouped up, and you just have to know if the quest is select one or you get everything, which is not hard to figure out, but it's just more clarity. So this is a long overdue quest change as well. Up to 10 duties can be displayed simultaneously. That's too many duties on the side list. I don't know about you.
Mm-hmm.
Not interested in that volume of side quests being displayed, or duties, I should say.
Nope.
Icons in the duty list can now be selected to perform emotes or open the crafting log in quest from 6.5x patch series and earlier. I'm not going to lie, I got so used to that in Dawn Trail, I kind of forgot that wasn't a thing in the earlier ones.
Yeah, the ability to use emotes on quests that require emotes, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I just don't do it's not like I do the old quests. Like, I only have my most recent memory. And sometimes things are so good that in your head, that's just how they always were. You ever experience something like that where you're just like, oh, in my head, that's how it always was. But then you see it and you're reminded, you're like, ugh.
Very rarely, but yes. Yeah.
Very rarely. Come on, Sly, you're older than I am. That happens to me. How does that not happen to you?
It does, but I'm just saying very rarely. Not saying that it never fucking happens. So, yeah, you're right. I'm
like
old.
It was a rarity. It happens to me more often than I wish it did. When using a controller, the cursor will no longer remain on the duty list after selecting an icon. Just a quick little quality of life for controller players. So that's thumbs up. And when carrying out tradecraft leaves, icons in the duty list can now be selected to open the crafting log. Again, in my head, because I don't craft, in my head, it should have always been that way. But, it wasn't. So, Sly, you know what I learned that I didn't know about 2 years ago?
What's that?
That you can drag a crafting recipe onto your hotbar and click it to open it in the crafting log.
See, this is how we know that you don't fucking craft. That's just sign, like, we all do that. Okay.
I guarantee you I just blew somebody's mind saying that. I guarantee
you probably did. You probably did. For someone who doesn't like who
No,
just
I bet
started,
it's somebody who crafts who I just blew their mind too. See? I didn't know that. See? I'm telling you, man. It's just one of those things where it's like the game tells you, go to the menu, this is where you find it. And you never think to break the rules. Like, you never even think to try anything else. It was very specifically in a Reddit thread that said things Final Fantasy 14 players don't know about the game.
Don't tell you.
Yeah. Or not even that. It was like just things you don't know, whether or not it tells you. Because some people were answering things that the game does tell you. And it was the top comment. And I was just like, yeah. Oh God, yeah. I felt pretty dumb, even as someone who doesn't craft. That's something I
Omnicrafter and had no idea, bro.
I'm telling you, man. Sometimes people just don't.
Y'all can't even have me fucking started this fucking early. God damn, bro. Y'all, what the hell?
Sorry, we're not all giga gamers like you, Sly.
I'm not. You're more of a giga gamer than me, and you. Okay. See, not today, Satan. Not today. I fucking refuse. Not fucking today.
Don't worry, we haven't gotten to the feet section yet. That's when you can refuse. That's when you can refuse, Sly. All right. When accessing the map from the journal or duty list, the icon of the selected quest will now be prioritized over other icons except for Aetherites, which is makes sense. This is one of those things where I didn't think about it, but it makes sense, and it probably should have always been that way, and it is now. It's just technology. Really, in the last 3 years, we've had to say this in so many patch notes because it's crazy how far behind a lot of the quality of life and technology is, while other things are like leaps and bounds ahead.
Yep.
Such a mixed bag. New Game Plus chapters, they just added everything, including the Pandemonium stuff. Duty tab and Unending Journey is now categorized by expansion. Thank Christ. I hate going through the Duty tab and the Unending Journey. And I do it for like screenshots.
Mike, turn me down.
Turn you down? No, you're fine.
No, they're saying I'm loud.
No, it's because I was like this is what it is. Now that I'm like this, I guarantee you it's fine. You're not peaking on my end. I can see the red. I'm peaking more than you're peaking, according to my audio mixer.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you peaked a little bit there. That's a tiny bit. Not about as much as I'm peaking, though. It's like literally sometimes it just like peaks up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just Discord audio. Being funny. It's fine. New items for gemstones. This is not too unusual. Music and stuff gets added a little bit later. Probably not any crafting mats or anything like that. Nothing crazy. Rewards for treasure hunts updated. Submersibles updated. And then the interior design of the estate. This is the one that just lets you change it with the addition of the new minimalist style, which has no pillars. Are you going to be a minimalist, Slide? Are you going to get rid of those pillars?
Whenever the next time I think about changing up the FC house, sure, baby. Yeah. Right now, I'm not really thinking about it.
All right, I lowered you anyway, even though I can very clearly hear that you're not peaking. Because I can hear you too. All right. Yeah, I obviously I don't have a fucking house, but I do like the way the minimalist style looks. I'm waiting.
Wait. What do you mean you don't have a house?
I don't have a house.
Like a personal or FC?
None. I don't have a house. I mean, I'm in an FC that has a house.
So, okay. I'm about to say you just been straight hoboing it like ever since.
I don't go to housing. I don't never use the houses or go to housing ever. What fucking point do I have to go to there? I got no fucking reason to go to the houses.
Man, just been straight hoboing it ever since Realm Reborn. Jesus.
I just hang out in like Solution 9, man. There's no reason for me to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck else do I need to do? That's it. I'm in Gridania or just anywhere. Yeah. What the fuck? I have no reason to go to any of these places. It's like some of us just don't care about housing. It's the truth of the matter.
Yeah. A lot of you don't.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can change between any of the different areas, interior designs, or the new minimalist style. So, a bunch of furnishings got added, some neat looking stuff. Looks like there's a little Fox Hollows guy chilling there, little Fox Hollows plush. I wonder if that's going to be purchased with Fox leaves or not.
Yeah.
Gotta be a new thing to sell. 50 Fox leaves, just sell the little stuff, dude. Sell like 20 of them for all the people who don't do it.
We finally got ourselves a WWE ring.
Now we just need a WWE mini game. We need the pool mini game. We need a darts mini game. We need a rock climbing mini game, and we need a WWE mini game. That would be wild. Very wild.
I wonder if they can give us the Brute Bomber animation, or we just go off the top rope.
From the top rope! Yeah, that would be really cool if they could at least add like a top, like just a... Yeah, that's it. That would be good. Got a classroom setting and a tree.
Okay, first off, the classroom setting doing way too fucking much. Why do we need that? Like, I feel like I feel like that's too much. It's just way too much.
Sly, you play Persona and you're wondering why they have a classroom setting? Come on now. So they go Persona and then just shoot themselves in the head, I suppose.
No.
Yeah. Newer Orchestrians, location and duty names previously omitted to prevent spoilers, now displayed. Yeah, it's been long enough at this point. Aquarium fish, new paintings, new flower pots. The feature I always forget exists literally every time until I see the patch notes. Is fucking flower pots. New prizes for MGP, new cards, new opponents, new rules, the Mahjong voices. Sly, are you going to be a Mahjong voice enjoyer?
I'm not even a Mahjong enjoyer.
Play it, Sly. I don't play it.
I played it when it first came out. Yeah, I just played it when it first came out.
Will this not be the thing that tantalizes you? Have Alphino whispering in your ear?
Absolutely not. absolutely not. No.
This man's still just waiting on Koi Koi. He just can't accept.
I sure am. Sure as shit am.
Can't accept that it ain't gonna happen.
I would rather learn Parlay than learn fucking Mahjong.
Oh, Parlay is so easy. It's way easier than Mahjong.
Yeah.
That's just a number. That's just like a straight up like numbers in rows game. There's no like symbols or like hands or anything. Oh yeah, but they just have all the voices. You can unlock them as you progress through the story. Buy them with MGP for the Mahjong enjoyers out there. Halatali.
They put that. They attach MGP to that.
It says, yeah. It says right here. It says after speaking with DeBordier and the Gold Saucer and exchanging MGP.
Fuck. I mean, sure.
Of course, it's going to cost MGP. It's in the Gold Saucer.
Sure. Make it an MGP dump. Sure. I mean, but damn, you thought whatever would give that shit for free, but no.
No, it's in the Gold Saucer. They're trying to make money, and by money I mean fictional money that doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, fictional money beyond the fictional money that we already have. Yes.
Exactly. Duty support is getting Halatali, of course. It's getting the reworked one. But also, interestingly, they're going to be displaying future update, like, dungeons in this patch. Like, we'll know exactly what dungeons they're going to be adding to it, which, to be fair, is probably all of them. But it's still, I don't know, it's just an interesting approach to have that in there, just to be displaying. Like, it's going to say, like, Cutter's Cry and, like, whatever else that's coming up as well. Wondrous Tales. Now, this actually has a pretty major change. Something I got asked about I think right before Dawn Trail, even when people were doing their Wondrous Tales to prepare it for like leveling the day of Dawn Trail release. They're making it so you can get gold certs before max level. You were not able, it was not a listed reward before max level. So if you got 3 lines, you got 3 silver commendations, which was fucking stupid. So now you can get a gold cert if you happen to take a Wondrous Tales and you're not on a level 100 job, which not that means you'll win, but at least that you won't feel bad if you get 3 lines. It's like, what is it? It's almost like winning the lottery, right? Well, I'm sorry, you get all the right numbers, but you played it straight and it came out box. You're like, oh, I could have won something here. It's like, no, you win the grand fucking prize, yo. Imagine if that's all you had to do to win the grand prize in the lottery. It was just guess the numbers, not even in the right order. That would be something. I've never gotten 3 lines, so it's not like I have anything to fucking complain about. I don't do it every week, though. I do it like twice a year. So.
Yeah.
Arcadian being... I don't understand why they do this either. Arcadians give 2 separate entries. For M1 and M2 is one entry, and M3 and M4 is another. And I know they did that in the past, but why bother? Like, just make it Arcadian.
Yeah.
I think it's because they don't want people defaulting to the same Arcadian for all 4. Like, people just do M1 for any of them regardless. So they feel like there's like a choice, I guess, or a chance of a choice. But I don't agree. I just don't do it that way.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. And all Pandemonium's being made into one now because it's old, so they don't really give a shit anymore. So
yeah, but they do it for Pandemonium. But
well, yeah, I mean, because Pandemonium released that way, but now it's old, so they don't have to. So they'll just be like, yeah, just make it all one category. Like, I get it, but still. But the other thing is the dungeons. They're now grouping up a lot more of the dungeon objectives so that it's not like 1 to 49, 50, 51 to 59, 60, 61 to 69, 670. It's now like 1 to 49, 51 to 79, 81. So it's like leveling ranges and then high level ranges. And then, it's just reducing it by a lot. It's changing the range into less categories. I approve.
Yeah.
Fox Hollows is now Byakuo, and we see what the mount is, and I don't know why I'm surprised that this is the mount. They've done this. I think they've done this every expansion where they've added like a bird with this theme, a horse with this theme, and now a wolf with this like Mountain Dew theme. Oh, it's the Mountain Dew wolf. There we go.
25 million. Who want it?
The
25
only,
million.
you know, it's funny. The only reason I don't like that they do this is kind of a selfish one. I feel like people are less willing to pay big bucks for this mount because it looks a lot like the other ones.
Yeah.
So it's only the people who really want to fill the collection and not the people who just think it's cool.
Either way, Mrhappy and I will have it. 25 million.
Yeah. I gotta check to see if all my other stuff even sold. I haven't been checking. Like from like the end of Endwalker when I purchased some of the stuff. I had like 3 minions and a mount. I think the mount sold at some point. But I don't know if all the minions did.
Yeah, the mount usually took a while. You're talking about the Magitech thing?
No, I sold the troll last time I sold anything.
Oh wow.
Troll was worth way more. On Gilgamesh, it was like, yeah, I sold that thing for fucking way, way more. Because the troll is
usually
unique.
for the mount.
The Magitech thing I almost never buy.
Usually for the mount, the Magitech thing, I usually get about 13. No,
I think I got 18 for the troll. Something like that. I got some like ridiculously high number for last time I sold the troll. I don't remember. No, actually, I'm sorry. The troll was the most expensive one at 12 when I sold it. That's right. It was by far, like all the other ones were between 9 and like 10 and a half. And the troll was 12. So I sold the troll. That's right. The instances that can be duty recorded have been changed. Great. I love the duty recorder. It's so cool. And I'm sad. Yay. Show on map subcommand for the sightseeing log so you can point to where they were. I feel like that's long overdue. It's been silly. I've been waiting for that for ages. When people ask me where certain things are, I just want to be able to pull it up and be like, oh, it was right there. There you go.
Yeah.
The new hairstyle, kelp hair, I guess, whatever the fuck that is.
The Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I call it kelp. I call it kelp hair. Looks like kelp. Looks like you dropped a bunch of kelp on somebody's head. New hairstyle for Vieira. New hairstyle for Hrothgar. There's the shaker emote that you've been waiting for a very, very long time.
Yes.
Sly's having a good time. That's the only thing Sly cares about in the whole patch.
Yeah. Dreams do come true.
He barely even has words for it. He's so proud to see it. Just looking at your smile, Sly. They also added a bunch of upper body movement. I just like while sitting or while on the ground. So basically, there's some emotes in the game that work while you're sitting, and they're just added more of them, which is fine. It's always good to have more options for that, like shrugging, slapping while you're sitting down. Toasting is a big one, like toasting while you're sitting at a table, for example.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of role play and like screenshot related stuff. That's probably long overdue. I don't think Shake is on there, however, the new one. Unless that new one you can use while you're sitting down.
Because you want to shake while you're sitting down. I mean, even though I do. But
yeah, I was gonna say you do. What the fuck? That's why I was saying it. And some other motions. While they're sitting on the ground, following emotes can now be used while sitting on the ground, and the motion has been adjusted for some emotes while sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
Then we get into some battle system stuff. No job changes again. As a reminder, I feel like I can never say it enough at this point because I feel like if I don't, it's gonna keep getting brought up. Job HUD for Black Mage and Viper has been updated to the explanations. Now, Viper's was terrible, so I totally understand. Black Mages I thought was fine, so I don't know if that has to do with the job changes coming or if they just decided that it could be better. I don't know. We won't know until Monday which one it is. Until then, it's just a matter of waiting and seeing, I suppose. New dungeon, Yuwada. On top of that, the drop rate for the final treasure chest of the following dungeons has been increased. Tysus, Itai Scope, and Dead Ends. Them bird farmers, yeah. Wonder what the drop rate is now.
3%. Yay. And we're talking gotcha numbers here. So yeah. Yeah, 3%. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now we can farm Starburn.
Yep.
One of the other ones is kind of important, the troll, because the troll is used in an S rank spawn. So I forget which one. I think the troll is Itai Scope, if I'm remembering correctly.
For the minion drop?
Yeah, the minion drop is is one of the S rank spawn conditions. So
possibly.
What happened?
Said possibly. I'm trying to remember.
No, it is. I'm telling you it is.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not. That's not a question anymore. I know the hunt people very well. I know it's a condition for the hunt because I watched them in Link Shell chat during Endwalker be like, "Has anyone gotten the troll minion drop yet? Can anyone help me farm the troll minion all in the hunt Link Shells?" Yeah, no, they were all working on that. So there you go. Yeah, because Tysus is Caduceus or whatever the snake is, the like snake-headed dude is. Yeah. Then we have Sphene Burden, Sphene Extreme, which I have a funny thing to point out later in this patch note in regards to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Same item level requirements, always 15 item levels under the weapon drop. Weapon drop will be 725. I know that's not in the patch notes, but I'm telling you that's what it'll be. It'll be 725 for the weapon from Sphene. The usual things apply. You have Byakuo Unreal, of course. 690 will be the minimum for the entire expansion, and 695 will be the maximum for Unreal for the entire expansion.
Whoa.
You look like you were about to say something.
Whoa.
Is that the thing you were going to say?
Yeah.
Not looking forward to Byakuo?
Not really.
It's only twice a week,
really.
Sly. Just don't wipe.
You say that.
I did say that. Yeah.
You say that. You say that, and people had fucking problems with Thornton.
They'll be fine. Listen, Sly, here's the thing. Tank LB3 second Tiger, and your life will be a lot easier. I promise. That was the PF strat back in the day. So it's definitely going to be the PF strat again. I'd be shocked if it's anything else, to be completely honest with you. All right. So with that, scrolling down, then we have the weekly loot for normal mode being lifted. Not the sword, just everything else for the normal mode. Yeah, I mean they always do this here. The normal mode for Arcadian is or the normal mode for the raid is always done here, and then the sword volume gets dropped from 7 to 4. You know. Juno, the first walk is here. 695 makes sense. That is what's it called? 25 item levels below the drop rate of the gear, or behind the item level of the gear, which will be 720. So yeah, always subtract 25 from the item level of the loot, and you will get the minimum item level for this. As the usual 24-man stuff like, here's the composition, here's the weekly loot lock, the weekly loot restriction. They're going with Ordell coin. You know what's funny?
What's up?
I immediately started thinking about Ordell Caves, which is a very lore-rich cave near Sandoria. But I realized they're just going for a Dynamis thing here. In Dynamis, Ordell coins, Tukuku white shells, and, Ordell bronze pieces, Tukuku white shells, and Bind bills are the Dynamis currency. And this first part of Juno is very clearly a Dynamis reference in Final Fantasy XI. Even if it is the walk, like the Walk of Echoes, it has literally the Dynamis goblin statues in it. So that's clearly what they're going for here. It's a Dynamis currency thing. There was also no Juno currency for Dynamis, so it still makes sense that they could just borrow one from the other ones.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing is the way they're handling the orchestrion. Instead of it dropping the songs, there's tattered sheets that drop, and then you exchange the tattered sheets for a song of your choice.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I think there's just going to be so many songs, they'd rather do this than the alternative.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking there's going to be 8 different songs minimum just for this first tier. I think you're looking at They're probably going to use the login theme at some point, which they used in the trailer. We already know that they're using Dynamis music for Juno. The battle theme I don't think is obtainable in Eureka, because it's the same battle theme that we used in the Eureka bosses that they used in the trailer, and that's used for Prish's boss fight. That's the Chains of Promethea overworld combat theme specifically. So there's that. I expect the Sanctuary of Gita music. I expect the Romave music. I expect the Castles of All music. And I expect Awakening. Plus maybe another theme or two someplace else. So, interesting. Yeah, I'm just surprised they didn't go with the crafting method or outright dropping the music sheets.
Yeah.
I think this is probably better. I think most people just end up saying fuck it to the tattered sheets that have to be crafted. I mean, they're not hard to craft. It takes 2 seconds, but like, even still, I'm just like, I don't give a shit. I own these albums. I don't need to fucking listen to them in game. I just toss that shit aside. Sorry, everyone who I keep winning those themes from because I roll on them even though I don't actually want them.
Asshole.
Listen, they fucking sell for like 1,000 gil. I don't fucking care.
Because you give a shit about 1,000 gil.
If somebody gives a shit about it, if somebody needs to care about saving 1,000 gil, then they're beyond my help at this point anyway. Like I can't help you as is. So I hate to say it, but my sympathies are not very high.
They really aren't.
Yeah. You can also buy upgrade materials for tomes from Sacks of Nuts and with the Ordell coin. Typo here, the solvent is the weapon upgrade material that will not be available right away. That'll be later. It should say the glaze.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's normal stuff. Raid Finder has Fiend's Burden and Unreal, and the Chaotic Alliance raid category is going to be added, but the first Chaotic raid won't be until Christmas Eve. Now, Sly, normally I wouldn't talk about anything in regards to a third-party tool unless we were thanking somebody for their sacrifice.
Yeah.
But I have seen somebody who modded Cloud of Darkness to be the Grinch. And it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It was literally the Cloud of Darkness model, but like just the Grinch instead.
I need to see this.
I'll send it to you later. It's really, I don't want it linked in my chat, but it's really funny. I saw it in one of the Discords I'm in, and I was like, oh, somebody photoshopped it. And then I was like, oh no, they didn't Photoshop this, did they? We will get to thank someone for their sacrifice later in this patch notes, though. Yes, there is something that is a sacrifice for sure. The old extremes move to the duty finder. That's normal. Wandering Minstrel's going to have his display or changed, but still just unlock the various things. I'll be unlocking Sphene on Tuesday, as per normal. Echo to the normal mode raids from before, as well as the extremes, except for the Interfos. Expert has 4 dungeons in it for the foreseeable future until it doesn't, and then we cry again. So sadness there. Expert item level increased. Juno and Uniwata being added to mentors. Fiend's Burden added to Stone Sky Sea. Halatali getting boss adjustments. None of this really needs discussion, so we're just going to rattle these off. But the tactical training exercises, on the other hand, that's looking like an actual training montage. Now, Sly,
what's up?
They're not making this mandatory, as a reminder. There's been a lot of people against making it mandatory because WoW tried something similar and it was very, very poorly received.
Okay.
That was training halls, I think, a few expansions ago. And it was not accepted. Generally not accepted. But where they fail in making it mandatory, the reward. An EXP ring that works up to level 60. Now, keep in mind, that means under level 30, if you're a new player, you can have 2 rings because you can use the original brand new ring as well as this new ring up to 30 respectively. So that's going to make 1 to 30 for new players, which is already fast, even faster. If you have the pre-order earring, or if you buy, I don't know if you saw, they added that new adventure kit on the Mog Station that lets you buy a pre-order earring with a Fantasia and a few other things. So it's the Shadow, I think it's the Endwalker pre-order earring. And it's just, and the kit is the same cost as one Fantasia, and it comes with a Fantasia. So that's if you have all of that, your low level experience is going to be pretty good. Yeah, it's Menfina's earring. Okay, that's what I thought. I remember it being the Endwalker one. So yeah, that's the 1 to 30 experience is going to be pretty good, I think, for quite some people.
Oh yeah.
At least for Disciples of War and Magic. And then just tells you how to undertake it. PvP, the hitbox change, the armor set for the PvP series. Really leaning into the Solution 9 aesthetic, I see.
Oh yeah. I don't really have an issue with it. Like it's okay. Could be better.
Yeah, some people just don't like these types of like almost modern sets being in the game. I just know some people have like gripes.
I mean, it's not even that. It's just like it just could be better. Like there's so many more ways to go modern, and like it's something. Some people like it.
Yeah, that's fine. I honestly, the only thing I really care about is actually the wristbands. I just like having wristbands as like a glove slot. I just think that's like a nice thing to be able to have. More options for it, obviously, but I personally like that. That's like the one detail I think that's pretty good. Then they're changing a bunch of stuff in PvP. We knew about some of this, but most of this we didn't know about. So the overtime for Crystalline Conflict is being reduced to 10 minutes, and then they're making sure.
See, I was not even fucking aware that like it could go to 25 minutes.
I didn't know it could go to 25 minutes either. I think I've done some PvP shoutcasting. I think I was told that it could go to 25 and that they've seen games go to 25-minute overtime. But I was like, I kind of just put it out of my mind because the odds of that happening are just so low.
Yeah.
But they also changed the victory requirements for overtime. First of all, they needed a good way of doing it. So these are actually, they're effectively adjusting the way that end of overtime works. Because originally, end of overtime obviously had a win condition in a sense. Before it was based on, both teams have equal progress scores. Victory will be awarded to the team that moved the tactical crystal closest to the goal point. If both teams have equal progress scores and the tactical crystal remains at the center of the field, the match will end in a draw. So it's basically just altering some of the conditions that were already there to, I guess, because you're more likely to see. It's also just better rules than the way it worked before. But it also better plays around the fact that it's only 10 minutes and you might actually see it now. So these just make more sense in pretty much every way, shape, and form. Also, once overtime has exceeded 5 minutes, the delay until rejoining combat is increased from 1 to 3 seconds. So trying to punish the death a lot more as overtime gets later, which I think is also a good idea to scale the overtime up as it goes on longer and longer. System message is displayed. KO counter displayed during a match has been changed from counting KO since a player was last defeated to total KOs over the match. I like that because it just shows how many kills someone has actually gotten versus, or how many times they've been, total KOs over the, KO. Yeah, it's just how many times they've been KO'd in general. So more information, better information. KO counter now can be displayed after the screen fades to black. Following additions have been made to progress gauge. Time remaining for overtime will now be displayed. These changes will now immediately be reflected in game when adjusting the display of your affiliated team. Then we have the map changes. We already saw the Cloud9 change and the Rising Sands change, but there are some other functional changes here. So spawn location of the medicine kits adjusted. Had to happen because of the changes to the line of sight.
The map itself.
The placement of the feathers and the twisters, we'd assume that better, obviously, again, those can't be where the line of sight things are now. So they probably just move in like clockwise or counterclockwise around. But I wonder if there's going to be any other change like to their how many there are, because I still don't like the whole forcing a guard out thing about Cloud9. It's just my least favorite thing about its objective. It's not skill based like in any way. It's like, oh, did I make it to the Black Feather? Was I the one person who got it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just doesn't work for me. But also, the air turbulence will now spawn Gale Spheres. They give you sprint, which is actually insane because the chase down potential now in Cloud9, if somebody's trying to get away, is massive if you manage to get one of these.
Oh, yeah.
So that I like. That I really like. And then the Red Sands, the big old sprint routes, less sand pits, spawn location of medicine kit adjustments, and also the damage from heat waves and healing from the Oasis. I like this a lot. I hate the amount of damage. That's actually one of my least favorite things about that map, is just taking the heat damage, unless you can dance around getting hit by the rains, or you have to go all the way out to the Oasis. So it's like, it's just a little less punishing for just existing on the map during that time. So that's definitely a win for me personally. Then we have the barrier effect granted by the Accutender being reduced. That's whatever for me. I don't really care about that. This is them moving all the matching to a single data center, and also the person with the highest ranking, your character with the highest ranking being the only one that really counts.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about this already. The placements and everything. And if you transfer your home world transfer service to a different home world in the same data center, then none of your PvP stats reset. But if you do go to a new data center, it still does. Again, that's one of those issues that won't matter as much when we can queue in from anywhere versus having to go to a data center, so people may want to move their home data center. Yeah, so just hopefully less of an issue going forward. Let's see. Oh, preseason will end and season 12 will begin. Yeah. They're also, so this is funny. They're adding Guard and Purify as quick chat options.
And you can't, and something I thought should have been in the game, but you can't GG until the end of the match.
Good match. Good match. Good match. Good match. Good match. Good match. Good match.
Yeah, and see something like, like I played GBO2, Gundam Battle Operation 2. They had that rule in. Like, you can't do that until at the end of the match. You can't, because otherwise it'd be spam, because, you're shitting on a team, you're shitting on your own team because they're bad or whatever. So, yeah. Good.
It's great when someone's the first one to die because they're out of position, and then they good match you.
Yep.
Because they think it's your fault for some reason.
Right. Bro, you were in no man's land, and you guys got killed by yourself. You think we were going to be there with you? Nah. Good match. Good match. Good match.
No, the person who does the no man's land thing is the one who starts spamming good match.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no. Good match. Good match. Good match.
Good match.
Good match.
Yeah. Narnia ain't gonna protect itself. Perfect. Then they're changing a bunch of stuff for Hidden Gorge. Now, first time I read this, I actually kind of misunderstood it a little bit. The first part with the limit gauge, obviously they're just making the limit gauge generation more standard instead of, it's not as snowbally. But they're greatly increasing the amount of HP and stuff that everything that's like a PvE element has. So the Vikings, the mages, the tank, and the mercenary all have more health. That pushes the pace of matches a lot better, because the towers are now going to be taking far more chip damage, and players have far more time to actually be in and dealing damage to the towers on a successful push. So that should help with the pacing of a Hidden Gorge match considerably. Also, all the Machina are getting more HP. Most of them are getting cast time reductions on their abilities, and a lot of them are getting more damage to whatever their specialty is. Like Spin Crusher is really good at killing Machina, for example, so killing other Machina is going to be a little faster. Really just balancing around the HP increase when they're given free reign. Oppressor is going to be tankier, which is considerable, because even though the Spin Crusher is 10,000 more, the HP is 100,000 more. So that's a pretty big deal. And Brute Justice getting more HP and having the Flamethrower cast time reduced is wild. I'm most afraid of the Cruise Chaser changes. Optical Sight and Laser X Sword cast times being reduced, because that's scary. Yeah, the faster Laser X Sword in particular is really fucking scary for anyone who's ever had to try to line of sight that at like the last second. Oh boy. But still, give me back Astrologos.
Good luck with that one.
I want it back.
Good luck with that one.
Give it back.
Nah.
New items, the weapon design contest, but it's just all stuff we saw. The Archangel armor, all the cutlery weapons. My favorite part of this is seeing all 4 casters next to each other and then Blue Mage on its own. One picture down. Casters are like, we don't hang out with that guy. He's not part of our crew.
Can't sit here. Seat taken.
It literally is like a bunch of lunch tables at school, and then the one kid who has to like eat on his own. Mm-hmm. And Blue Mage is the one who has to eat on its own. Oh, that's so funny. Some new recipes, some winter gear. So at least if you're going to be doing Cloud of Darkness for Christmas, you can stay warm while you're doing it.
Why?
Grinch might steal my presents, but he won't steal my clothes.
Why do you keep poking the bear?
The Grinch isn't a bear. Oh, what the fuck he is. He's the Grinch.
No, you keep poking the people who have to do this shit during Christmas Eve.
What do you mean I'm one of those people? I'm not there. I'm the bear. Not the first time I've been called that. Anyway. The following items can now be equipped. More gender unlocks, which, every patch they do it. They're just always catching up a little bit more. Icons for Wings of Ruin and Wings of Resolve have been adjusted. The mount icons will remain unchanged. That's just fine. It's just, those mounts have similar looking icons. Face Who We Fear item to unlock Faceware is now unified. Armoire now divides into subcategories. I think that's really nice looking.
Oh, yeah.
And then they do an explanation of the outfit glamour, the thing that lets you condense the outfits into like a single slot and how it works, how to glam it onto stuff once it's combined. I definitely recommend if you're someone who does, I don't do a lot of glamming, so obviously I'm not really like paying much attention to this. If you're someone who does, make sure you read this section and you understand it because it's going to be important to you more than it is to me. So I can't help you with that very much. Sets of items purchased in shops can now be purchased in increments of 999. Grade 8 dark matter, baby. Ventures as well. If you were to can you can't afford 999 ventures, but you still don't have to buy them like 99 at a time. Like you could just buy whatever the max is. Yeah. Shop menu UI has been unified. Actions now be executed from the calculations window in crafting, which is very nice. Not that I craft anymore, but still. I did all my crafting. I crafted, 5,000 collectibles this expansion? I'm good.
Hooray.
I did it for the achievement. I'm good. All right?
You're good for you. I'm proud of you.
I'm glad you're proud of me, Sly. Now I'll never craft again.
All right. I know.
They're now also adding settings for crafting and gathering that essentially let you eliminate things you've already made. So if you're trying to do like achievements to craft one of everything, you can just eliminate the stuff you haven't done from the list. I like that. I've considered doing that achievement before. I won't, but I've considered doing it before. And so even just the thought of it, I was like, I don't want to.
When there ain't shit else to do, you will.
Well, it's
when there ain't shit else to do, you will.
It is actually a PlayStation achievement is the thing. And I'm working on the platinum. It's just that that's not part of the platinum. It's just one of the achievements. So
yeah.
It's like a consideration, kind of. The problem for me is the fishing. I don't want to do the fishing no matter what quality of life you add. So makes it a little tougher. Ixal category is hidden unless you have the Ixal unlocked. Order of ingredients for some recipes has been adjusted. You can upgrade the 710 crafted gear to 720 with the rain.
Whoa. Go back to the whole Ixal thing. You talked about one thing. You talk about things they need to get rid of. Get rid of the fucking Ixal gloves requirement because it's outdated and what?
Didn't they adjust that a whole bunch at some point? I could have swore that's
you still need it. You still need the gloves.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is stupid. Okay. That's all I'm saying. But go on.
God. You got it. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Let me just do that. Sorry, I'm doing stuff in Brighter Shores on the side here. Don't mind me.
Of course.
Not that I haven't been doing that the entire stream, to be fair, but you know.
Right.
Everyone's like, oh, he's keeping the patch notes on the right monitor. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening at all on the right monitor. Crafted, yeah, the 710 stuff can be upgraded to 720. This is the same system that's in every expansion, every major patch after crafted gear, where you can exchange the gear, and then it gives you tokens, and then you can also buy reins with tomestones of aesthetics, and then combine the two and buy the new piece. Convoluted, but flexible. So,
yeah,
I guess I'm not complaining in that sense. Let's see. What do we have next? We have new items to gathering points, filter settings for gathering, same as the fishing, same as the crafting ones. Fishing holes, the exclamation mark not disappearing when you have your effects turned off, which was so silly. Very, very silly that it was working that way in the first place. But, you know, sometimes things can't be perfect, I guess. Level cap for desynthesis, new mounts, listing order for the mount guide being changed, new barding, new minions. We have a bunny and Toucan Sam. Wants to know if you're
hey boy
fruity for Fruit Loops. Do you like Fruit Loops, Sly?
Oh yeah, I love Fruit Loops.
Oh yeah, you like Fruit Loops, yeah.
I'm more of a
Magic
Golden
Spoon's
Grams
got some
person
Fruit
though.
Loops flavor.
Yeah, I'm more of a Golden Grams person though. That's my jam.
Golden Grams? I haven't heard about
Yeah.
those in ages.
Yeah.
I mean, I like them, but here's the problem. So you know the only problem with me and Golden Grams?
What's up?
I eat cereal like an animal. I don't like do like cereal milk in a bowl. I just snack on it like it's potato chips.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
Big same.
But I do that with my hands. And Golden Grams are not great for that. Same with Honey Schmacks. Honey Schmacks and Golden Grams. Yeah.
Shit. I'd take a handful of Golden Grams and I'd like, yeah, I don't need milk.
Oh no, I'll do it. I just like it's a little messier. That's all I'm saying. Not by much, but a little bit. It's not like eating like Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Honey Smacks are the two.
God.
Those are
Oh,
are the
God.
worst to eat by hand. Because your hand gets
your hands will,
yeah. It's got the Doritos effect. Where it's just like your hands are just different now. That's it. You just have different hands.
yeah.
But yeah, Toucan Sam. Backpack fashion accessory, new face wear, graphics update stuff, better model texture for some NPCs, which they said they would do over time, so that's not really much of a surprise. The feedback thing we went over last time. Graphical detail for some equipment was updated, lens transparency, some equipment transparency as well, so your skin color is better reflected as opposed to it just being like a generic like leg effect, especially on like leggings and stuff like that. But unfortunately, we are coming to my least favorite part of the entire patch note. Character toe detail when wearing the following foot gear has been improved.
My man's got them grippers out.
I will say this, the old feet look like PlayStation 1 feet.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I'll give you that.
I swear that was the graphics in Spider-Man on PlayStation 1.
I was going to say siphon filter, but okay.
Oh, that's, you know what? That is actually another very good comparison. Because yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. But you know, this will be better. You know, this is better now. If you really like looking at feet in Final Fantasy 14, then this is the patch for you.
There you go. There you go.
Hate that. Anyway, you know what I did for my thumbnail for my patch note reading? It was Prish's. It's Prish's face. She's like, you know, she's doing the smiling image. I put the feet in front of her face, so she's smiling at the feet. And then the shaker is in the bottom right. The person with the shaker is in the bottom right.
Of course.
Listen, I had to cover all the most important things of the patch notes. Not an amateur, you know. No amateur feet in those thumbnails. Actually, yeah, wow. You know what? Oh, yeah, that's right. I should have led with that. If I put the feet in the thumbnail, doesn't that technically make them toenails? Is that worth a drink pour?
Yep.
Should I wait until the drink pour is done?
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, good. I know it was a good pun. Thank you for the compliment. You're right. It was good, Sly. Yeah. The character tilt stuff, which they told us about before, just character tilt, mount tilt, turning it on and off, just that's all there. And then they updated a bunch of old world stuff, some vegetation in like a Realm Reborn areas and duties and Endwalker. We found the Island Sanctuary update this patch. It was in the vegetation. Better looking vegetation. There you go. That's our Island Sanctuary update for 7.1. Perfect. They added polygons, a number of objects to, honestly, my favorite is looking at the pathway on the way to camp, leaving Camp Horizon on the way to Vesper Bay. All the moss and the lily pads and stuff. Really, really solid looking effects for that one. So new players will be treated to much better looking stuff. Some shadow detail stuff in the old world as well. And then we get into system stuff. They're adding instances to... So this is interesting. Tuliolol Solution 9 and an area newly added. That is Juno.
Yep.
They have already said Juno will be an event area. That is almost certainly Juno. That they are added, that they're going to have instances in. Yeah, I'm not surprised that they are effectively... people said they want to make it a hub. Now, I don't think they're making it a hub. I think, like they said, it'll be like... what's the name of the area from the weapon series? Turncliffe?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like Turncliffe. That's what I imagine it'll be like. Which, in my opinion, they should just add a market board to Turncliffe, because I love Turncliffe. I think Turncliffe is a great place. Yeah.
Then, what's the name of the one from the 12? The area from the 12.
Yeah, just a little waiting area. I mean, there's also the Pandemonium area, the Omega. Like, there's areas for all that stuff. Those don't get instances. Like, people can't, like, you can't take a group in with you. It's like, that's something that's personal. I think you're going to run into people in some of the Pandemonium instances. You can definitely run into them.
Pandemonium, yes. The place for the 12 where the
Omphalos?
Where you first, the Omphalos, yeah. You can, that's personal. You can't go in with a group. You can't go in with a party. That's personal to you.
Yeah, this is not going to be personal, obviously, because otherwise they wouldn't need instances for it.
Yeah, so I'm wondering why they did that for the Omphalos, but like other places, they're like semi-hub areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people saw Juno being a raid, and I know there was some people like, oh man, they should have made it like a hub in some way. And I mean, if you really want to now, you can just go hang out in Juno. If you don't need the market board, you just want to hang out, you can just go hang out in Juno in Final Fantasy 14.
Okay, here's what you do. You go to, the Square Online hub, and you sign up for Final Fantasy 11, and then you get someone to power level you to the point where you get to Juno, and that's where the hangout is. Relude Gardens.
Oh no, it's just going to be Lower Juno. There's no way it's all the zones of Juno. It's just going to be Lower Juno.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you play 11,
if you log into 11, yeah.
The hangout is Relude
Gardens. Everyone still wants to hang out in Lower Juno.
They do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, like people, like when I played, people hung out and
they hung out there because they had to go do the stupid fucking Moogle trials. That's not, they weren't hanging out there. That's because the fucking game was forcing them to go there for endgame shit all the time. Or they were going there for Dynamis, because that's where Dynamis Juno actually is. It's not in Lower Juno in the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just saying that 11 fans they saw Juno being a raid, and I know some people kind of were like, oh man, I would have loved to have just hung out there. But I mean, you can even see the OG Juno earlier, like we saw it in the trailer too.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like they understand that was going to be a pretty major request, and they're making it happen. Whether they'll do that for other areas and the other raids themselves, or if Juno will kind of be a center point to get to the rest of the stuff. Which would also make sense given its place in Final Fantasy 11 as a hub. I just think it's a little detail that a lot of people are going to appreciate. So just calling it out. That's all. They're also going to reduce the number of instances in Shelonian Heritage Found. We can see in the trailer that those areas are going to be like featuring some main story quests. So it makes sense that they would still leave some instances in there. Whereas all the other areas are going to lose their instances pretty much. Esthetician will now show your earrings and whatnot when equipped is tabbed, so you can see them with your hair. which makes sense. I'm shocked it was never like that before. I don't have the esthetician unlocked, so it's not like I would have noticed. 11 years later.
I actually unlocked the esthetician like what, a few months ago for whatever reason I needed to, but yeah.
Because clearly, Sly, you need to change your hair.
Yeah.
The joke is that he has no hair. By choice. I've seen this man with some hair. By choice. Yeah.
By choice.
He's not that old yet. He chooses to be bald.
I just get lazy with it sometimes. That's it.
That's why I used to cut mine really short. Like, this is a fucking mind-blowing thing. My hair now is like, I don't even know why. But I keep getting compliments on it, so it's going to stay.
Nice.
Yeah. Summoning your retainer, number of items, amount of gil are now shown, which now that I think about it, makes sense because it's kind of dumb that you have to click into these things after, because it shows on the menu prior, but then you click into this window and you don't have that information anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they feel like they have to put it next to the items. I feel like they could have just put it at the top, but whatever, close enough. Yeah. Combat voice samples for retainers have been removed because they never fight, so who gives a shit? So if you were ever thinking your retainers are going to fight with you, now really just, that's not happening. They're adding in the new content to the tank achievements. They do that all the time on top of, adding new achievements to the game. They're also adding a recently used Ethernet shard option in the Ethernet window and even a hotkey for it on controller to instantly select that option. So if you're going back and forth between two Ethernets for any reason, you now have a quick key for that. Really good quality of life. Yeah. Big fan of that. Simple, only has a few application uses really, but just enough application uses for it to be useful, in my opinion, on the regular. Number of kills required for hunts now displayed in the recommended list. Long overdue, although not that important, but yes, honestly a good idea. And now we get to what I alluded to earlier.
Okay.
Players can adjust the position of their character within the party list. The numbered icons on the party list have been changed. The appearance of the players' numbered icons have changed, so you can see your own more easily. And the players can now use the mouse to drag and drop for party list sorting. Sly, raise a toast to the person who is banned for this one, because this is indeed another third-party tool effect that has been banned.
Thank you for your service. Feel free to drop by Danny's to get your free Grand Slam.
That is the salute to whoever was banned for that one.
Keeps happening.
Keeps happening. Every patch, there's got to be at least one salute that comes out.
One sacrifice. Yeah.
Somebody's out there inspiring, and we just got to call attention to it. Our inadvertent devs out there. They may not know they're the devs, but we know.
We know.
All right. And also, cross-world parties can now be converted to in-world parties if everyone's in the same zone. So if you've ever been in a Fate party and the leader leaves and pass it to somebody else, they throw you back in the party finder. You can fix that problem now. Or if you're in a hunt party and somebody passes lead or somebody gets lead and then tries to put you back in the party finder, they also can now resolve that issue. So fixing a very fringe case, but a common enough fringe case. Hell, even I've done it before where I've just rushed to make the party again to get it back up, and it's been in a different category than I wanted it to be and made a cross-world. Yeah. So good to see it. Speaking of which, there are new categories: Fates, Treasure Hunts, and Hunts. When selected when recruiting for a cross-world party, which is interesting because you still don't technically want to be cross-world for those features, but you can now convert them at the very least. I guess it's just as part of the ability to make it so they can be converted. It means they have to also be eligible to be those types of parties. So the mistake will probably happen more now is basically what I'm saying. But you can fix it.
Yep.
And then Sly, another moment where they have the technology.
What's up?
This entire portrait section. Instant portraits can now be updated when updating or swapping gear sets. It'll give you a little window. Current gear does not match instant portrait data. Update instant portrait data with currently equipped gear. It's I'm just, listen, it doesn't really fix my issue with it. I would still prefer to just make an image and have it play. But they have said that doesn't happen because the portrait actually pulls your character data. It's not displaying an image. It's displaying your character as their character data is. That's why it has to match, which I don't agree with that decision. But if that's going to be the case, this at least makes it so you're less likely to have a nice portrait. Less likely.
Less likely.
Now I might actually have to make my portrait. I literally haven't touched the portraits in like a year at this point.
I had to redo mine because, like, you know, we were doing PvP during Aethercon, and somehow, like, I did my portrait before, but it kept getting my mugshot. And I'm like, why? Like, I've done this shit before. I made a portrait. Where the fuck is my portrait? And they had
Are you sure you've made a portrait before, Sly?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I don't know. The game doesn't agree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they had to walk me through. It was like, okay, you go down to this, tick this, there you are. There's your portrait.
I don't know, okay. Sly.
Okay.
If you say so. They made some additions to portraits and portrait accents to group pose. Obviously, we know about the turning of the camera thing. Yep, that. So that's, you know, that we've known about. So we don't need to talk about that much anymore. It is featured in this part of the patch notes, though.
Yeah.
They added like the patch logo for frame for 7.1, roll angle settings, new stickers, the fishing emotes, and another thing we know that they were doing. So all stuff we already knew. The currency tab is getting a tiny facelift. Not much, just a tiny facelift. Current currency categories now switch via icons, and the name is displayed on each tab. On top of that, they now have allied societies split between old allied societies and seemingly current allied societies. So there is that as well. Mentor renewal period is over. Now, if only they could tell me the mentor system was gone entirely, I could actually celebrate. Listen, that's how I'll feel.
You hate it so much.
I do. I hate what people have done with it more than anything. I like the idea. I hate what people have done with it. I see more bad than good. When I see more bad than good, I am convinced it's not worth it. All right. That's all there is. So
meanwhile, I'm like, why do you even have it for crafters and gatherers? It like
just make a macro.
Yeah, just it. That's it.
That's it. Just make a macro. What else do you need? Maybe they need to know how to make the macro, Sly. Who are they going to ask? Just say cool.
Again, it's just the fact that there's nothing to interact with. It's just, hey, well, you're a crafter gatherer mentor. Yay! Do you get anything? Do you get a roulette? No, we're crafters and gatherers. Well, what do you get? A crown.
But I love Burger King. Do you not love Burger King, Sly? I haven't been to Burger King in literally like 15 years.
Have it your way. You rule.
Why do you know that?
Because it comes on TV so fucking often.
That's right. I don't watch TV. I wouldn't know.
No.
Be difficult for me to know at the very least. Well, thank you for making me live that again at the very least. Appreciate that moment. So remember when I said that there's sometimes just things that you forget you have a problem with and then you see it fixed and you're like, oh my God, that's right. I hated that. This is one of them for me. Only being able to move the chat tab with the left side of it. I hate that. I've tried to grab the right side. I
fucking hated that. Yeah, same all the time. And they're like, Sly, you have to drive this specific point. I'm like, fucking why?
Yeah. Why? Why can't I just grab it from either side? It's such a little thing that's so silly.
Right.
Well, that's not a problem anymore. So at the very least, we can take some solace in that.
Mm-hmm.
They're also just changing up some blacklisted stuff. If you happen to be doing like BA and stuff with someone who's blacklisted on your thing, yeah, I mean that's just making it so you You won't show their name, and on top of that, communication from say yell and shout will be displayed as a default message instead. Nothing major. No. Some new text commands, some emotes and whatnot. Attend, water, shake, drink. That one's for you. And of course, oho kali. Big fan of the oho kali.
Yep.
Following options have added character. This is just all the options they talked about earlier, so we don't really need to talk about this. Adding 4K, a set time. You can add a reminder to back up your character settings now. And also the title screen displayed on launch. There it is. Big fan. Big fan. Duty option under HUD layout menu will now set to on by default. It's fine. Nothing to really say about that one way or the other. Data center travel. Oh, this is there's a couple of things with data center travel that they did. This isn't everything that they did. Selecting an unavailable destination, it'll tell you why, which is just a nice little bit of information. I'm never going to say no to being told why I can't do something. And also less than 2 minute and less than 3 minute options. Just so
which you will never see.
Bullshit. If I get 1 minute and 1 second, I don't see this, I'm writing a report. And it happens all the time where it says less than a minute and goes on for 1 minute, 15 seconds and still says less than a minute the whole time. Nope. Better say less than 2 minutes now. Just saying. Oh yeah, by the way, the launcher thing was also a third-party thing. The thing that I said I couldn't wait for, I forgot that was also a third-party thing as well. So telling you, man, we have the technology. It's finally here. So you can raise a salute for that one as well, I guess.
We thank you for your service. Feel free to drop by Danes to get your free Grand Slam.
There you go. We have like additions to auto translation dictionary achievements, music, sound effects, voices. But then we have English voice dialogue in certain scenes has been adjusted. If that is the scene that's been adjusted, I'm going to laugh. And I think it is. I think it's that. It says in certain scenes, so I don't think it would be just that one. But that's definitely
they made her revoice the line. You think
I bet they made some people revoice a handful of lines. HP is done with the jokes. So I think anywhere where they think they could have done better, they brought in and re-recorded to improve the characters, to prove any characters the way they're received upon certain voice lines and whatnot. So almost certain. There's also some people's voice lines that you could tell were not recorded in studio in general. So they sound off. Ishtola is one of them, but she's not the only one. There's a handful of them. Now, this is another pretty interesting change. So you can now see the data center that you're on the character select screen and go to a different data center from that same screen. You don't have to go like leave that screen and go to the data center screen and then do all of that. Okay. Yeah, so it's eliminating like another menu option basically. You can still do that and go through the old data center menu, I'd assume. It doesn't say it was removed. But you can now also just do it from the character select screen, which is fine because plenty of times I'll need to swap data center and I will just forget to go to that menu and I'll go into the character select and then I'll be like, God damn it, I needed to change it. And then I'll back out and then I'll go to data center. So let me do it all from this one. And that
can't you, because usually the extra steps is return to home world and then, go to another data center and yada, yada, yada.
No, I'm just talking about changing the data center I'm on, not transferring to another data center. Like you still do that the same way, but it's just literally like, oh, I want to log on my primal character, for example. Like that would never happen with me, of course, but but it'd be like, it's like that. Like, oh, I'm on Ether. I meant to log into primal. And then you just do it from here instead of
you keep giving that fucking example, but you're like, no, it's not happening.
It's a theoretical Sly.
Okay. All right, sure.
Yeah. So it just makes it easier. And also a prompt to remind a player if they haven't made a backup in a while, which is good because plenty of people just don't back up and then end up having to like change PCs or something. And they go, oh, fuck, I totally forgot to do that. So yeah, another good idea. Character settings can be copied, speaking of which. So yeah, they mentioned this during the live letter as well. We have a handful of ways of doing this, but this is just probably the most convenient and newest way to do it. So
that's good.
Yeah, especially good for console players who definitely have the worst time with this kind of stuff.
I remember when we were at
Media Tour?
Media Tour. June had to do this. June did this. Like he was like, can I, put in my own settings? And they're like, you know what? Go ahead. And
yeah, he brought his character settings on a thumbnail drive. Yeah.
Yep. And I was like, you know what? Fuck, I should have done that. Because it saves the 30 or 20 minutes of you having to fucking redo all that shit on a new computer. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just assumed you wouldn't be allowed to, because most preview events for any games do not allow you to plug in a thumbnail drive that you just brought from home, because it's not like they don't know what you did, they don't know what's on it. And it could screw everything up what they've set up. Yeah, it's a big security liability. So I was surprised he was allowed to do that. I'll bring it just in case next time, but I still am very surprised that was allowed.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is here. Physical data center containing the selected logical data centers now displayed in the homeworld section. Game logo and opening movie displayed when launching the game will now change according to the progression through the main story. We brought that up earlier. Really glad to be seeing that as well. And then new backgrounds have been added to the launcher, and you can select which background you like as well for the different characters that you want and have. And then this juked me out so bad. The buy 14 coins tab will be added to the menu at the top of the launcher. I forgot that's what Xbox does. I totally forgot that was an Xbox. And I was like, no, we're not getting a WoW token for 14, are we? What the fuck? No, it's literally just the Xbox coins. Which, by the way, if you're an Xbox player, I implore you to find a sale for the base version of the game for like $5 and then never use coins again. Because you have to own a non-Xbox version to use the other like payment methods. If you own Xbox only, you have to use the coins. So do that. I promise you, it is for the better.
Mm-hmm.
Much, much, much for the better. And that is the end of the patch notes. We made it.
We did it.
Yay. Obviously, we're still waiting on job-related stuff Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. Happy. I got a question. Yeah. Where are the job changes?
I'm going to slap you in the face. I'll slap you in the toes. I'll slap you with my feet.
Them grippers.
The fact that you call them grippers tells me you're more excited about the feet than most people are.
Not really.
I'm just telling you. Just how it is. Just a natural observation. Yeah. Sly, if you streamed, you would know where the job changes are. There you go. Yeah, but overall, solid patch notes. I mean, obviously, all the core stuff we already knew is going to be there, so it's always those little quality of life surprises that we're looking for. And, feet.
Feet.
No pun at all. Just, I had to endure scrolling down and seeing the word toes. One might say that 7.1 will be a footnote on the future of Dawn Trail. They really sneakered that one in.
That was terrible. That you could have done better.
I mean, on the heel of the previous joke, that one was going to be kind of tough, Sly. But at least I could tell that you could feel that one in your soul. Did you feel any of those jokes were shoehorned in?
You see, normally I do my bourbon stuff like later in the evening on Fridays. Nah, I'm starting.
Listen, Sly, I didn't mean for you to put your foot in your mouth with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep the bottle right next to me too, so yeah, I'm good.
I bet Sly, if he could right now, he would sock me in the face.
Well, that's it for this episode of Stay of the Realm. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Of course, this will be on YouTube the next day, which tomorrow. Of course, we like to thank our sponsors over on the Patreon. They support us. They just support us. They get the show and everything, but they just choose to support us. So we love you all. Even though Haps doesn't love you because he says jokes like that. And many more.
That's because I love them.
But we really, really appreciate all of you and love you. So thank you so much for the support. Yeah, of course. Next week is the patch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be doing the Breakfast Club. Haps will be up doing his shit too. So yeah, you have places to watch content. And then of course, Friday for first impressions, I guess.
Yep. First impressions next Friday, ultimate predictions and hopes and whatnot the week after that, and then no State of the Realm that following week. For two reasons. One, ultimate. Two, Thanksgiving. I listed them.
That's the thing. Pick one.
I listed them in order of importance, obviously.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, those are two reasons, but you have to pick one. That's the thing. You can't just list those two. I mean, they're two separate reasons.
They're the same reason.
Depending on what you're doing, you gotta pick one.
Yeah. You don't have much of a choice in that.
Apps doesn't want to pick.
I mean, I can just cook my Thanksgiving meal if I really wanted to before patch.
The night before?
Yeah, like it could be part of meal prep. It's like, I'm not going to see my fucking family, so it doesn't matter in the end.
Yeah.
One way or the other. So, ends up being irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, let's lace this show up real quick. So Sly, why don't you tell everyone what you're up to, what you're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks?
Yes, you can find me on Twitch at Sly, aka Gray Fox. You can find me on Twitter at Sly, aka Gray Fox. You can find me on Bluesky, Sly, aka Gray Fox. What am I up to?
Blue Sly.
Right now, Blue Sly. Yes, that platform. What am I up to? Right now, I am, today, Friday in California, I am playing Chicken Police Into the Hive, which, again, the sequel to Chicken Police, the first Chicken Police, which is actually really good. So if you are down for a murder mystery, come to the stream right after this. We're doing murder mystery with chickens and insects and things, and it's really good. Other than that, we didn't have first Saturday last Saturday because I was in Iowa for a charity stream. So we are doing a WSLY event tomorrow. You're more than welcome to come. It will be earlier at 8 p.m. because we're gonna go till 12. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. FC House. Details are on my Twitter. And I can put them on Bluesky too. I'll put them on Bluesky too. So there. Other than that, of course, per the usual, going into the near future for Thanksgiving, Haps will be doing Ultimate. I will have my usual Thanksgiving gathering because you don't fuck with tradition. And as always, I want to, have a gathering place for people who can't be with their families or don't want to be with their families and just need, a place to just spend time with, the community and friends. And that's what I do every Thanksgiving. So you can, have your food, come hang out at the FC house. I'll have music, like chill music going. It's always a good time. I'll advertise that really soon as well, because I need to get ready for Thanksgiving. I need to pre-order my turkey and everything. And, get sides, plan sides and plan my Thanksgiving day. So there's that. So yeah. Would love to see you at Thanksgiving. Please look forward to the info on Twitter and Bluesky in the near future. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. And of course, like I said, Breakfast Club on patch day, doing content, respecting content. Of course, Happy will be too. So you have options of where you want to partake in said content. So there.
I don't know if I'll be respecting it, but I'll be doing it.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me.
And then, of course, here's Happy. Well, Happy, what are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm killing bears, dude. I'm killing bears all show. I'm level. I got.
We're doing shit with animals. Like he's killing bears. I'm the chicken police. Yeah, we're doing shit with animals.
Well, these bears need to drop better armor. I'm just like keep getting commons, and I need something better for this fight that I need to do. All right. They just won't drop anything above commons. I got a new mace, so I guess that's fine. Yeah, I'm Mrhappy. Also, Twitter, Twitch, Bluesky, Mrhappy1227, as you are probably well aware. And I'm just going to be cranking out YouTube stuff. I've got a lot that I can't talk about yet on the docket, even besides 7.1 stuff over the next couple of weeks. So don't be surprised if you see a handful of other things popping up over the next like month or so. I'm going to be keeping very busy. I took it really easy in October for a number of reasons. And now it's crank season. Yeah, Dragon Quest 3 is next week. So that's the immediate thing after 7.1 is done. But then there's also Fantasia in December. There's Path of Exile 2 in December. I didn't even get to play Mario Luigi Brothership. I started playing Brighter Shores. And that's what I've been killing the bears in for the past however long. When are you playing Brighter Shores, Sly? When are you going to come kill bears RuneScape style?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's what I told everyone. Everyone's like, oh, is Sly going to play this? And I was like, what? No?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Plus, I need a fucking day. I just need one day off within the next week. It'll probably be next week. Because like after I'm done with the WSOY stuff for this week, I'm like, I fucking need a day. And I don't know when the fuck I'm going to get this day because I have a Macross Plus Ultimate Edition that I got in the mail that I ordered back earlier this year that I need to fucking watch. This is my, splurge, have fucking 4-course dinner and good bourbon and watch some anime shit. Yeah, I need a day for this shit. So yeah, I just need a fucking day.
Just one day.
One day.
You'll be all right. I believe in you. All right.
Believe.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah. That's what I'll be doing. And I'll be up bright and early on Tuesday. I'll probably be up at like midnight to record patch note, like job change stuff for YouTube.
Yeah, because it's a off patch, so it will probably be up early. So yeah, you might want to be up earlier than normal because it's probably not gonna there will be a time when they say the patch is up, but it'll probably be up earlier than that.
I kind of hope they don't. I wish they would just not do early up times, to be honest. I can't even start raiding until we're gonna do Sphere Extreme as soon as the servers are up, as long as we're all awake. And it's I'd rather everyone get the max amount of sleep that they can get because they're not me because I'm a sicko, and then I don't know. I'd just rather all be at once. That's just my personal bet. There's no benefit to me for I could do the Juno starting quest or something first, I guess, but. Either way,
yeah,
that's what the plan is. And yeah, I'll have everything up on YouTube. That week is the entirety of November. I'm going to be cranking videos the entire time. So please look forward to it. But anyway, we're going to go to a short post show. I got to head to the gym. I haven't been to the gym in a week and a half either because of everything that's been going on. So I got to go get a pump on. So ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week for our first impressions of 7.1. And until then, enjoy your weekends and enjoy your patch days.
See you next week.
See you next week, everyone. Bye-bye. Short post show first, but then bye-bye.